The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Has the Jets' plan at quarterback already been decided for 2025? We'll talk about a new report from NBC Sports, plus Matt O'Leary will join the show in his weekly spot. We're on to the hood region in Asmaniac Madness. Cheats fan versus Bijan, the 1 versus the 16. That and more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, here on a Thursday. Free agency starts on Monday, and there's a lot of Jets news to dive into. And to help me do that, we say hello to the great Matt O'Leary, fellow Jet content creator, and everyone needs to go and subscribe to Matt's channel if they haven't done so already. Matt, happy Thursday. I know you're a big Islander fan as well, so there could be some trade news that breaks for that during this show. I appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah, absolutely. If Brock Nelson gets traded, I might have to hop out a little earlier than usual to do some other coverage for some different channels. But yeah, absolutely. The week before free agency, so a busy time for me.
So there's a report out there from Matt Berry. Yes, the fantasy football guy, but he was at the Combine all week. He put together a notes column on some things that he heard, and I'll just put up on the screen what he wrote about the Jets. Now, he's not your typical reporter, but he's also not someone who's known to make things up and not be credible. So I vetted it, and I said, all right, let's talk about what he heard here. He wrote, quote, as long as we're talking about New York quarterbacks, I know there have been rumors of the Jets trading up for one in the draft. But for what it's worth, the plan that I heard was that Tyrod Taylor would be the Jets opening day starter, and the Jets would draft a developmental quarterback to learn from Tyrod. This is just me. I didn't hear this from anyone, but drafting Jalen Milroe makes a ton of sense here. Now, it's worth noting the Jets met with Milroe privately at the Combine, and their quarterback coach was seen on the field putting Milroe through a private workout during the actual Combine. So there could be some interest there. Your thoughts on what this plan would potentially be, though, Matt? Tyrod and Jalen Milroe as the quarterback room, essentially for the 2025 season.
You know, he had me in the first half. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind the idea of Tyrod Taylor and then taking another guy to develop. Jalen Milroe just really scares me as a prospect. And I think it's because he's such a high variance player. He does have a high ceiling because of his athleticism. Like, I'm not going to come on and poo-poo the idea of Jalen Milroe because they like his athleticism. They've seen what he can do as a ball carrier, and they think they could take his passing to the next level. At the same time, I think he has a fairly low floor because of, unfortunately, he needs a lot of work as a passer. He's not a very accurate quarterback. I think Justin Fields was a more put-together passer at the collegiate level by far, and we've seen how he's struggled in the NFL so far through his 4 years in the league as a thrower of the football. So Jalen Milroe is a quarterback who I think would really need a lot of work. I wouldn't anticipate him playing at all in year one if they drafted him. And unfortunately with Tyrod, you have the injury history. So you'd probably have to add another veteran quarterback in there for me to feel comfortable. So you're not going to Jalen Milroe 6 weeks into his NFL career. But I'm not going to lie to you. Him as a prospect scares me a little bit.
I am on board with Tyrod being one of the veteran options, but I don't think it should just be, well, we have Tyrod, we're good. We don't need to sign anyone else. We're just going to look at the draft. Like, I still want this team to be in on Justin Fields. I want them to still consider Jameis Winston. I want them to still consider some of the other veteran options that are out there, because my issue with just starting Tyrod, he's not going to stay healthy. That's just not his history. So you're setting yourself up to have to go to a guy who's probably not going to be ready to play if your only other answer on the roster is a Jalen Milroe type after that.
Yeah, if it's Jalen Milroe and Jordan Travis backing up Tyrod Taylor, I don't think that's giving you all that much confidence. So I'm with you. I think they dip into the free agent quarterback market. Justin Fields makes a ton of sense. Although some of the other names that have been linked to the Jets this past week of Carson Wentz and Kirk Cousins isn't exactly moving the needle for me.
No, I mean, the options out there just aren't great all around. And even Fields, I don't think he's great, but at least there's the potential for him to maybe kind of recapture what those who were higher on him coming out of the draft saw in him. Like, here's a guy, first round pedigree. He was able to throw the ball really well at Ohio State. Wasn't an issue there. Maybe with the right coaching, change of scenery, it could click for him the same way we saw it click for Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's the thing with this free agent market. I think if you're to pick one guy out who might have that mid to late career resurgence or just, it finally clicks, like the guys you listed off, throw Sam Darnold in the mix there too. I think it would be Justin Fields, but you can't, overlook where he is right now as a passer. He also holds onto the ball for way too long and takes so many sacks, but dynamic rusher. I think there'd be, some fun games where he runs for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then another week where he's probably like 10 of 30 and has 2 picks, and you're scratching your head a little frustrated. But there's no denying that he has talent. There's a reason why he went early in the first round, in 2021. So someone's going to take a chance on him. It might be the Jets. It might be Pittsburgh. I think those are the 2 likely spots for him.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We're talking with Matt O'Leary, all things Jets. Legal tampering starts on Monday. Asmaniac Madness continues right now on the show. The number 1 seed in the Hood region is in action today. Chiefs fan going up against the 16th seed, Bijan. Matt, here's where things stand. We completed the Chicken Soup region yesterday. A huge congratulations to the 15th seed, Dave Briga, with over 800 votes cast. It was the most voted on matchup in the history of this tournament. Dave Briga did defeat the 2 seed, Beastbreaker 666. So Briga moves on. A full round of 64 in the Chicken Soup region is now in the books. We turn our attention to the Hood region, where we have Chiefs fan taking on Bijan, a 1 versus 16. If you're new to the show, your vote matters. You vote in the poll that will be up right now.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Matt, I know you filled out a bracket. I'm assuming you're going chalk with this one. You like Chiefs fan in this matchup.
I do, and maybe it's recency bias, but I was watching one of your shows earlier this week, and Chiefs fan was talking about getting some blood work done, and that's just the kind of content that I come to the Jake Asman show for.
No question.
So it's just it's hard to go with all due respect to Bijan, great guy, great caller. We see him with the tuba there, but Chiefs fan is a one of one human.
And you really got to consider just the power of Chiefs fan, the viral moments. I mean, there's a reason why the committee made him a 1 seed. Now, as far as the matchup yesterday, I know you were a little surprised that Beastbreaker went down 810 votes. Congrats to Dave Briga. Briga obviously brought it with the intensity, and it just shows you, love him or hate him, people cared. 810 votes. At no point yesterday did I have 810 people watching concurrently. So people were coming in just to vote before watching the rest of the show later on.
Yeah, that is truly fantastic. What's the old Pete Weber quote? Hate me or love me, you watched. I think that's perfect to describe Beastbreaker. Very polarizing figure, but a 15 seed moving on. You don't really see that too often in the first round.
Now, Dave Briga is Florida Gulf Coast after he upset Georgetown all those years ago. Briga writes in, thanks to all my supporters on a great victory over Beast. You helped me overcome the odds which were stacked against me. Dave, congratulations. You're moving on in the tournament. Poll is live if you want to vote. More on Jalen Milroe from Matthew Berry. Berry suggesting Milroe being a great option for the Jets. We know the Jets are reportedly interested in Milroe. Here's what he wrote about Milroe, Matt. Quote, speaking with multiple teams that interviewed Milroe, the Jets, by the way, were one of those teams, they all came away very impressed. Milroe is aware that he is not a finished product and needs a lot of work, But as is typical of a lot of kids coached by Nick Saban, he is focused, serious, and dedicated. Given his physical ability, if he gets into the right system, has the right mentor, can sit for a year or two, watch out. Going to be a fantasy superstar. That's why I think him on the Jets, learning from a new staff and watching Tyrod, a quarterback with some similar attributes, could be a home run. The Jets could even trade down to do so. Again, this is 100% pure speculation on my part. The only part of what I just wrote about the Jets is that I actually heard from a source that starting Tyrod is the plan at quarterback right now. That's it. But I'm telling you, the team that can be patient on Milroe is going to be very rewarded. So, hypothetically, Matt, if the Jets are patient on Jalen Milroe, do you see the path for him to be a superstar like Matthew Berry thinks he could be?
I just don't know if the Jets could be patient. Like the first time Tyrod has a bad game, or if the Jets, for whatever reason, they have like a 2-4 start to their season and Tyrod's playing just okay. You know, the fans and the media and everyone's going to be clamoring to see the young quarterback. It also depends on where the Jets take him. Like, is this Jalen Milroe, like you trade back into the first round to get him? Or is this Jalen Milroe in the third round falling to you there? It's a little bit different. It's kind of like, I think the draft class that had Malik Willis, he was rumored to be like a late first round pick, and then he ends up going in, I believe, the third round to Tennessee. Different expectations come with being a first round pick. And I don't know how comfortable people would be if the Jets did spend a first round pick, or God forbid, a top 10 pick, even if they stayed pat at 7 and took Jalen Milroe there, and be okay with him sitting for potentially 2 years before we see him. So I do agree with Matthew Berry's assessment. That's what Jalen Milroe needs. He needs to come in and sit and develop as a passer first. But yeah, he has the talent to be a good player. He needs a lot of seasoning, I think.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the last day. You have a chance to enter the next Asmaniac raffle. Gift a membership if you want in. We will be giving away on the first show tomorrow a signed Curtis Martin helmet, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Don Maynard helmet, signed Joe Namath helmet, and last but not least, a signed Kevin Mawai helmet. So our weekly raffle continues tomorrow. Gift away if you want a chance to win any of those 5 prizes you see up there on the screen. Matt, as far as free agency on Monday, I want to talk about some of the Jets in-house free agents first before we talk about options that are going to be out there. Jamie and Sherwood and the Jets reportedly both interested in getting something done. Would you like to see the Jets spend money to make sure Sherwood remains a Jet?
Yeah, I would. I like Jamie and Sherwood, especially with CJ Mosley likely not coming back. I just have a hard time thinking that he's going to be able to play in 2025 after the number of injuries that he's had. And at his age, it just seems like something I think that's kind of unlikely. When you draft someone on day 3 and have them develop into a legitimate starter and a plus starter, I think it's worthwhile to pay them and keep them around. Although I do think the Jets will have a lot of competition. It's easy to make the connection to the Falcons and the 49ers with, Robert Saleh in San Francisco, Jeff Ulbrich in Atlanta. I could totally see them being interested. Both teams could use some linebacker help. But in order for the Jets to get this done, I think they're going to have to pay up. And, it's not a sexy position inside linebacker, but it could quickly become a position of need for you if you are losing CJ Mosley, which I think is likely to happen.
Another report from earlier this week, DJ Reed unlikely to be back. That's not surprising. But the Jets are interested in bringing back Isaiah Oliver and Tony Adams. Oliver is interesting because he played for Steve Wilkes when they were with the Niners together. And Tony Adams, I think there's talent there. Like, he didn't have a great year. Nobody did on that defense post Saleh getting fired. But I really would not mind Adams being in the mix in that safety room, but I wouldn't pencil him in to be a starter. I think they got to address safety and free agency in the draft.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they need to take a bigger swing than an Isaiah Oliver or Tony Adams reunion for a starting safety. But if you're looking at depth, these are both fine options. Of the two, if I could only get one back, I think I'd prefer Isaiah Oliver because he's a little bit more versatile. He could play in the slot as well, which he did a lot for Michael Carter last year, who was really banged up. And he plays on special teams as well. So to me, I think Oliver is more valuable to the New York Jets, and he has that connection with Steve Wilkes, which is a good call out. So if I had my choice between the two, I would lean with Isaiah Oliver, but I don't think either will be crazy costly.
Blitz BK wants to know, but would he ask Glenn to bench Adams also?
Yeah, that was one of the more random ones that we got a year ago. Almost surprised that Woody Johnson knows who Tony Adams is, but hilarious nonetheless.
Thinking is overrated.
So is benching Tony Adams. He's got to sit. He's got to sit. Ladies and gentlemen, South Philly is the first Asmaniac to gift memberships during the show. This is for you, South Philly.
Money, 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 money.
But wait, that's not all. The Rick Kent is in for 10, baby.
Show me the money.
Show me the money!
Money, money, money.
And finally, Ricky NY is in for 1.
Oh, nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, a bunch of memberships are flying off the shelves. Hit the like button, be a subscriber. You got a chance to be a channel member. South Philly, here's you got your memberships. Dom C. Shout out to Dom C.
Hey.
Crushing it during draft season. Johnny Greenballs, Frank Banks, Cliff Burlew, all receiving memberships there from South Philly. Here are the 10 from Rick Kent. Christian Morneau, Rourke Strift, Forgive Grex, Jets Forever, not that one, the one we like. David Hoyt, Jonathan Idrovo, Edwin Garcia, Vicky L, Justin Flanagan, Multibilis, and then the one from Ricky went to listener Sean Horton. So just like that, we've added a bunch of raffle entries. Last day to enter for your chance to win on tomorrow's show, a signed C-Mart helmet, Revis helmet, Maynard helmet, Namath helmet, and Kevin Mawai helmet. Helmet Hall of Fame theme raffle for this week's Asmaniac raffle. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Couple super chats here for Matt. Man with a Rake says, can Milroe be another Hurts? No one liked him. Look, if you tell me Jalen Milroe ends up being as good as Jalen Hurts, I mean, where do we sign? I don't hate that comp. I think like best case scenario, maybe Jalen Milroe is that type of quarterback.
Yeah, of course. I would sign up for Jalen Hurts on my team. And yeah, he went in the second round. He wasn't a first round quarterback in that draft class. Again, I'm not like totally against Jalen Milroe as a prospect. I just think we need to realize that it's not going to happen overnight, and the Jets have to be extremely patient with him. Very high variance player, but the ceiling is, I think, that caliber of a player, which would be good, obviously.
Citybird says, market for Darnold's light, should the Jets try? I just don't think Sam wants anything to do with coming back here. Like, if I thought he did, I'd feel differently. I haven't even considered Darnold as an option for a second this entire time.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Is he one of the best quarterbacks on the market this offseason? Of course, you can make that case, but I just don't see a reunion happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rick Kent is in for 20 memberships.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Here we go, Matt. I'm strapped up. It's time. 20 names. Rick Kent, Michael Beckerman, Miles Hickson, Steve is Aquatics, Just a Guy, Darren McCullum, O'Near Zareel, Tamarix Treehouse, JY, Alex Bozinski, all receiving memberships from Rick Kent. But wait, there is more. Dirty Jesus, Abe M, Cassandra Future, Sean Mahoney, Byron, Chase 1, Wen 007, Drink Jorino. That's from Rick Kent. Oh, we got even more. Wow, memberships flowing. Matt's got his helmet on. Emmanuel Holcomb gifting a channel membership. Emmanuel, this is for you.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Emmanuel's membership, it looks like it went to Eric Kraut, and then we got a 5 spot from Ricky NY. Ricky wants in on the Asmaniac raffle. Boom. Another 5 for Ricky. Raul Cabral, McNally 145, Johnny 41, and thanks for the cheese. All receiving channel memberships, baby. Yeah.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Ugh. Now my head hurts. All right. Here we go. Back to the program. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Beast Stained Bedsheets checks in, Matt. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. I mean, look, a lot of people were shocked to see Beast go down yesterday, but he's polarizing. I mean, love him or hate him, you care. And people, I mean, they came out in droves to go to the polls to vote him out.
I said it earlier, man, like really polarizing figure in the Jake Asman universe here. I'm excited to see some of the other big names get going too, to see if there's any upsets there.
Who is your pick to win the whole thing again in the bracket pool?
I think V-Man. I love the sleep. With him falling asleep, him drinking, it's just some of the best. So V-Man's going on a run for me.
We've only heard from V-Man once since Selection Sunday. I don't know where he's been. He's got a lot going on. He's sleeping a lot. So I don't know, but I do know this. V-Man is dangerous because if he gets rolling here, he's capable of getting to the Elite Eight. The problem is he's going to run into the Lane train, Matt. And I don't know if you've been following the show the last few days, but Lane has once again found this year's prospect that is skyrocketing up draft boards, and I believe is absolutely in play for the Jets with that number 7 pick.
Hello, Jake.
Hey, Lane, how are you?
Great. Do you see the Jets possibly drafting, was it Dixon?
Dixon?
Yeah.
Who's Dixon?
He's out of college. Dixon Hall.
I'm actually not familiar with Dixon Hall. What position does he play?
QB.
So Dixon Hall, quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you think that Dixon Hall would be a good pick by the Jets?
Yeah.
I'm going to look into Dixon Hall, but your scouting acumen speaks for itself. All right, Dixon Hall to the Jets. Let's start the campaign, people.
Dixon Hall. It's almost like Knoble.
Yeah, but Knoble ended up being a great find by you. You were ahead of the curve.
Well, I did find that he got into an accident with his estranged girlfriend.
That's right.
I'm going into a house. He's alive. The 27 pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Dixon Hall out of Arizona State. What am I, a mind reader? Like, I know every player. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
To the late trade.
That's the guy. That's the guy. We need Dixon Hall.
Dixon Hall. Just when you think it doesn't get any better than Knoble, he one-ups himself. Again, truly a legend.
Shout out to the Lane train. One of the greats. Bino checks in. I wonder what that meltdown and broke back 666's mom's attic looked like last night. Well, folks, I could tell you I received some email communication from the Beast, and he was not too pleased to have been defeated.
Poor Beast Breaker. He's just going to have to come back better than ever.
You know, that's the thing. I told him, I go, the fact that many people voted Beast tells you that there's a lot of people out there who love you and a lot of people out there who just flat out care, and that matters.
It does. Love, hate, doesn't matter.
As long as you watch, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. If you have a comment or question for Matt O'Leary, write it in. Let's talk a little more about the draft, Matt. Are you buying into the idea of the Jets potentially jettisoning a lot of draft capital to move up to number 1 to take a quarterback?
I'd be surprised if they did that. I like Cam Ward. I just don't know if I like him enough to give up the first this year, a second, a first next year, and either a second or third, whatever it is, to get up from number 7 up to number 1. I just don't see it for the Jets. I think they're going to use this draft to kind of fill out the rest of their roster and put themselves in a spot to be aggressive for a quarterback in 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, looking at polling right now, the 1 seed Cheats fan, he's winning, but it's not by as much as you would think. 61-39 with 212 votes cast in the Hood Region opening round. The 1 seed Cheats fan is up on the 16 seed Bijan. So Bijan putting on a very solid fight. I think people loved Bijan's musical performances on the show over the last couple of years. It all started with the national anthem performance during our draft megacast a year ago. Bijan put together a lot of great moments, and nice to see the Asmaniacs reward him for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I can be bought on the show, and Cheats fan purchased airtime to campaign for himself live on the show.
Chiefs fan here saying, vote for me today, please. I would love to make it to the second round, the round of 32. Happy Asmaniac Madness, happy March Madness. Let's go. Please vote for me, Chiefs fan. Hopefully I heal up from this soon. Peace.
Are you concerned about Cheats fan's ability to win the whole thing as he's dealing with some sort of wrist injury?
That's definitely going to play a factor in this. Obviously, I don't know how well he's able to use a phone or a computer with that thing on. So I don't know if that'll impact his ability to call in and continue to keep his presence afloat here in the month of March. But it's going to play a factor.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We're talking with Matt O'Leary. Everyone needs to be subscribed to his channel. Matt, let's say the Jets don't trade up for number 1. Let's say they're just there at 7. What would be your ideal scenario with that number 7 pick? Yeah, as we sit here before free agency, which maybe could impact the thought process on what they do with that 7 pick.
Yeah, so to me, I think there's 3 guys that stand out the most for the Jets at 7: Mason Graham, Tet McMillan, and Tyler Warren. I don't know if Mason Graham's going to make it there to 7, so I would be between Tet McMillan and Tyler Warren. I think they both fit really huge needs for the Jets. I mean, wide receiver is going to be an issue for them after losing Devontae Adams, and Alan Lazard's going to be on his way out. I know some people are worried that Tet McMillan didn't run at the combine and likely won't run at the pro day. I've seen enough on his film where it's not going to really impact my judgment on him. I think he's still a really good player and fits the bill of what the Jets need at the wide receiver position. And for Tyler Warren, I get it. Fans don't really want to, or some at least don't want to take a tight end that high, but I think he can really impact you in 2 ways, as both a pass catcher in this offense and as a run blocker. I think he already is elite at run blocking, and I think his upside as a pass catcher is enough for me to want to use a first-round pick on him. I love his mindset too. Every time you hear him talk, I think he just sounds like a prototypical football guy and someone that would be a lot of fun to watch on Sundays play for this team.
Are you a Warren whisperer? You believe?
I'm a believer. Yeah. Put me in that boat. Count me as a Warren whisperer.
I'll tell you what, last year we had the big Brock Bowers debate. I think Jet fans, though, are way more open this year to the tight end at 7 because of how bad the tight end room has been. And like the O-line, I don't want to say it's solidified. They need a right tackle. We'll see what happens with Morgan Moses, but you feel good about Olu. You feel good about Simpson. You feel good about Tippmann. You feel good about AVT for another year before he's a free agent. Like, you just look at some of the other options. It wouldn't be a reach at all to take Warren, especially if he goes out there and lives up to a lot of the hype that is starting to really mount for him during this pre-draft process.
Yeah, and it's very different from a year ago. The Jets had 2 30-plus-year-old tackles projected to start for them in Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith, neither of them really long-term answers. And it was a much better offensive line class a year ago. I forget, but there was, 7, 9 offensive linemen? It was a crazy number that went in the first round a year ago. The Jets went with the left tackle in Olu Fashanu. I thought he looked really good. You feel comfortable, plugging him in and being your everyday starter at left tackle for this year. So circumstances a little bit different this year versus last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lead is tightening in Asmaniac Madness. 57-43, Bijan given a good fight. Cheats fan still has the lead, but this is not a dominating performance by the 1 seed. We saw Charles Gorman have to fight to get by Chris Chia. Ultimately, Gorman got into the high 60s and was able to pull away. But we got a battle right now, so if you're a Cheats fan believer, he needs your help. He needs you to vote for him. Ladies and gentlemen, taking a look at the region this afternoon will be a great matchup. Weed the People versus Rob from Glenhead during our afternoon show today. So get ready for that. But right now, it's the matchup going on in the poll. Cheats fan and Bijan in Asmaniac Madness. How about this from the great Peter Castro dropping a 10 spot of channel memberships for the people.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
These are from Peter. If you hear your name called, you thank the OG, Peter Castro. Trevor Bollinger, William Justice, James Napoleon, DP, Andrew Cameron, Justin, Javed Cole, Peter, Justin Harris, Nick Deppenphillis, all receiving channel memberships. Open phone lines. If you want in on the conversation, we'll get to your calls coming up. Super chat from Matt from L5. This tournament is missing L5 representing. However, I'll take Fields, Lockett/Cup, and Warren in the draft. Love you, Jake Asman, plus Matt. Great name. Well, Matt from L5, you don't call the show, so that's why you're not in the tournament, buddy. All right? Start calling in. We'll get you in there. Committee will honor everyone who calls in at least once over the last 3 months. That's how you get eligible to be in. As far as his other points here, Fields, no problem. If they signed him, I understand it. I don't see the Jets adding a Lockett or Cup, though. I don't think they're going to go swim in those veteran wide receiver waters.
Yeah, Lockett really doesn't do it, or Cooper Kupp at this point. Like, they're both on the wrong side of 30, and they're both more inside slot receivers now, I think at this point in their career. I know Lockett has played a lot as an outside receiver, but at 5'10" and 33 years old, I don't know how much more he's going to be able to be, competitive on the outside. I think as he gets older, he's going to have to kick inside. And the Jets love to use Garrett Wilson playing out of the slot. So I think they're going to be in the market for bigger, more prototypical outside receivers in this market.
Christian Kirk was the one name that became available yesterday that I went, wouldn't hate that as an option for the Jets.
Yeah, he's another smaller guy, though. And the injury, he's had 2 injury-plagued seasons back-to-back. So I'm just scorned by guys who have been hurt and then they come in here and play like 5 games. So that scares me a little bit. When healthy, good player, and he's younger than Tyler Lockett. So I guess that's a plus.
Yo Holmes writes in, any Jets fan voting for Chiefs fan needs to take a hard look in the mirror. Once again, folks, this tournament is called Asmaniac Madness. It is not called Jet Fan Madness. I want to make that clear. It is not based on your Jet fandom. So Chiefs fan is in because he's a caller and a regular on the show. Just want to make that clear to those. If we're really going to do the fandom card, Lane and Bobby Midnight both also root for the Giants, and they're 1 seats as well. So let's remember that. Hey, shout out to Harvey A. Bouchard Jr. Not 1 but 2 raffle entries for Harvey by gifting 2 channel memberships. Give it up for Harvey in the chat. All right. Let's see. This is from Cincy Matt, who writes in. Another example. Cincy Matt, Bengals fan, loves the show. Sometimes the best teams play down to their competition early on. Chiefs fans should win. This is not a Jet fan contest. I agree, Cincy Matt. I agree. J-Quest says, holy bleep, Chiefs fan is F next round. He only has 60% versus a guy that's only in the bracket for playing an instrument. I voted for Bijan. I would say this. Bijan's in the bracket because he also calls in throughout the year. But what is he best known for? I mean, he's best known for, giving us rousing renditions like this. Tough to be that. I mean, come on now.
No, that's talent.
Henny says, Chiefs fan is so humble, I would be unbearable. Yeah, he's a very humble Chiefs fan, too. He doesn't rub it in our faces that our team sucks and his team is good every year.
I don't know what I would do if my football team was as good as the Kansas City Chiefs, or if we had a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes playing for the New York Jets.
Could you imagine if the Jets were in a spot where they were going for their 3rd Super Bowl win in a row?
No, I would sign up for like 3rd playoff appearance in a row.
Oh, my God. Crazy. All right, let's get to some calls. Kyle Clifton, the 4 seed in the Lane Train region, is first up today. What's up, Kyle? You're on mute, Kyle.
What's going on, guys? I usually don't go out of my way to endorse any combatants in the tourney. In this case, I'm going to make an exception. Chiefs fan. He hasn't had the best month leading up into the tournament. He hasn't been playing his best ball. But we know what he's capable of at any time. This guy is the #1 seed in the hood region. He is so street, it's ridiculous. As someone who myself, I lived in a place where there was 6 shootings in 4 years on my street corner. I know street when I see it, and this guy is it. He is legitimate. So, even though we know that Bijan has had great contributions to the show, some of these snippets on the horns are just chef's kiss. They're great. But we have to remember what got Chiefs fan here. Some of the best content that's ever been on the show. It's I have kind of an affinity for Chiefs fans, so I might be a little bit biased. I get people who are kind of newer to the show. I think Chiefs fan himself would tell you that the last few weeks leading up into the tourney have not been his best calls. But he's the #1 seed for a reason. And that's all I had to say about the tournament aspect of it.
Strong.
Regarding the Hurts and the Milroe comparison, I get that they're about the same size, and I get that they're both Alabama guys. but Milrow is out there claiming to run a 4.3. And I think that at the combine, Hurts ran like 4.58, 4.59. So that is a different animal altogether, right? If you think that there is development to be done for Milrow, I have no problem taking him. I would prefer to take him in the third round. But he can't play this year, right? That could be a guy that could be a weapon for you, even if initially he's just a guy that is one read, RPO, and go. But if you think that there's an upside where he's Lamar Jackson, then by all means you take him. But the comp I'm seeing right now on NFL.com was Cordell Stewart, and I don't want to spend anything more than a third round pick for that.
I wonder where Milrow's going to go. You know, like, because he does have the upside. Is he a second round guy? Is he a third round guy? Like, is he day 3 in the like? I just want to know, like, ultimately where he's going to end up, because I don't think we have a great feel for that yet.
As far as quarterback goes in this draft, I think the Jets, more than ever, they need to let quarterback come to them in this draft, because it's perceived to be a very poor quarterback draft, and they can load up on other significant needs like tight end, like defensive tackle. Let's go down that route.
Fair.
I'm
Very
with you.
fair.
I appreciate it, Gus.
Kyle, great call. How about Kyle going to bat for Chiefs fan? That's love right there.
It is love, but he nailed it too on a Chiefs fan. It might not have been the best ball going down the stretch, but the body of work that he's put in there, deserving of a 1 seed. I'm with him though on the comments on the draft. I don't think you have to force it with quarterback. If there's someone there that you like, okay, that's fine. But I don't think they like desperately need to come out of this class with one.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. If you want in on the conversation, write your comment in the chat. If it's a super chat, it will go first. If you want to call into the show, the Gusbuster hotline link is pinned for you to see. I'm curious, of the day 2, day 3 options, Matt, at quarterback, if not Milrow, who are some of the other guys you'd be like, all right, like I like it. I like that. I like that lottery ticket, so to speak, that the Jets are basically, you know, taking a small investment in that spot.
I think for me, it's Will Howard and Kyle McCord. I think they're those two guys who have both played a lot of college football, which I think is going to matter to this regime. I think they have a little bit of a higher floor. Will Howard, I know he didn't have a great combine, but I thought he looked really good down the stretch for them, especially when it mattered most at Ohio State. In the championship game, he had really big numbers as well. I think both those guys are, maybe like somewhere around the 3rd, 4th round. I know everyone's in love with Jackson Dart. That's another one who I think he's going to go earlier than what maybe his talent.
Dart dudes assemble.
Yeah, dart dudes, dart douches, whatever it is. We've been calling it on Talking Jets the dart douches.
I heard that the other night and I was dying. I said that on the show yesterday. I'm like, the dart douches. Is that Green Bean who came up with that?
Who else would it be?
Yeah.
Of course, it's Green Bean who came up with that one. But I just think with Milrow and Dart particularly, I think they're going to go either 1st or 2nd round, and that's a little bit too rich for me with where they are as developmental guys. But I'm on the Will Howard, Kyle McCord train if they are going to take one.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. If you're tuning in late, there's over 400 of you in here. Today's the last day that you can enter our raffle, Asmaniac raffle number 17, our weekly raffles on the show. It is tomorrow at 10 a.m. in our first show of the day. You have a chance to win a signed Curtis Martin helmet, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Don Maynard helmet, signed Joe Namath helmet, and a signed Kevin Mawai helmet. Those are the prizes. Gift away, if you send in a $20 super chat, that's 5 entries. You send in a $50 super chat, that is 10 entries for your chance to win any of those items I just mentioned. Let's get to more of your calls here before we say goodbye to Matt. We say hello to a guy who resides out of Vermont, Brattleboro, Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hi, Matt. Hi, JK. You guys.
Hello, Bob.
Beautiful morning, but it still sucks up here. We have a lot of snow left to get rid of. So I don't like the snow. But
Does
Jake,
anyone
I
hate
did.
Vermont more than you? You complain about your living situation every day.
Oh yeah, you want to move up to Vermont and see how crappy it is?
No,
Jake,
I don't. I want to stay in New York. That's why I moved.
Yeah,
back
I want to
New
go
York.
back to New York. I want to go back to New York. So we could be roommates. Maybe I'll move in with you. We'll be roommates. No, I'm like,
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay.
The problem is they
Jake,
wouldn't let you in my building. They're like, this guy smells too much.
Yeah, I know. I gotta use Mando more often.
Yeah, you do.
There we go.
I know. I gotta get some Mando. Jake, remember that lady? I called her up this morning. She hasn't got my papers.
Yes, Matt
yet.
knows.
Yeah, so I'll get some stuff so I can smell beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, so she didn't get her paper. Maybe, hopefully by tomorrow.
Why don't you follow up
Matt,
with her? Be like, hey, I just wanted to check in about my paperwork.
I just called up this morning. She said she
okay.
didn't get paper. Yeah. So not only we talk about me getting a job, part-time job, I'm gonna get this lady to help me mentally, and she's gonna help me get a job because I'm old. I need help. But part-time job.
There you go.
So the Jets, I hope they get Fields. Yeah, Fields they got to get because they should have got rid of Aaron Rodgers. Definitely. Jake, me, and Jake are on the same page. Hey, Jake, I'm wearing hat again.
I didn't notice.
I know, but I just wanted to wear it for you.
Sit this close to the camera at all times.
I know. Hi, everybody. That's my. Remember, I used to come in all the time like that.
Bobby, what are your thoughts on Cheats fan? He's winning, but I mean, it's really tight.
I know. I'm shocked about that. I'm surprised. A guy who just blows horns once in a while is that. Yeah,
Wow.
he's a good guy, but I mean, Cheats fan should have been blown.
A guy who just blows horns once in a while. I think it's more of an indictment on Cheats fan than it is people loving Bijan. But Bijan's a good caller. I've been saying it.
I like Cheats fan better. I like Cheats fan. He's a great guy.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you think that this is a sign that your matchup against Black Gypsy could be tight as well? Because the 16 versus 1.
No, I told him good luck. I hope, if he wins, he wins. Yeah.
Well, the Charles one was close too. I mean, Chris G battled for a while on that one. So we're seeing the 16 seeds really fight.
Well, like a lot of people have been saying that people don't watch it in the past. This is over the year. That a lot of new people are on here. So
yeah.
I had a period for 2 months. Remember that? So.
Oh, I remember. You were very cranky.
Yeah, very cranky, Matt O'Leary. But I lost 40 pounds, Matt. Down.
That is fantastic. I saw you broke out some dance moves on the show recently.
Yeah. I took off my shirt and danced around. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, no. And then I can't wait till the next round. You know who's next? Rob from Glenhead versus Weed, the people.
Yeah, big time matchup.
That's going to be hysterical. The stuff that Weed has to bring on, oh my God. I tell you. Weed is crazy, I tell you. Weed's going to win the hands down.
He's a wild one.
Yeah, he's going to win the hands down, I think.
Well, Bobby, guess what?
What?
It's time.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not going to touch anything, I promise.
Mikey! Oh, no, we can't see.
Oh, I can hear him still. Mikey, talk to my brother.
Hey, man,
where's your camera, Mikey?
Right here.
You got to press it.
Man,
you can't see him.
Here's my prediction. The Jets should get the offensive tackle for Oregon Ducks. He's 315 pounds.
Wow.
And it's a boy. We need like that guy. We need like a refrigerated Perry.
Josh Connerly Jr.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like him. I want to get him in the second round. And we get
I don't know if he'll be there. He might go in the first round, Mikey.
Once you get him in the first round.
Yeah, let's get him in the first round. Who cares?
We need an offer to tackle.
And
so get him
Justin
now.
Fields going to the Jets tomorrow.
Matt, do you ever talk to my brother?
No, I haven't talked. I haven't had the pleasure. Mikey,
okay,
how
talk to Mikey.
We love you too, Matt. Not in the gateway, though. Not in the gateway.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, I
He
tell
always
you
says
what.
that to everybody.
I'm in the tournament. I go win it
Yes.
to win it. Yeah.
He's going to win it all.
Yeah. I'm here to win it. You know, I have a rap song for you guys.
A rap
Okay,
song?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mikey's here to win it. He knows he can't win it. He wants to go to the top because he's the best guy who could tell everybody he loves them. Not in the gateway, but they are the best. Oh, yeah. They are the best.
Oh, he's gone. That was a great rap, though. I was enjoying that.
Tremendous. Get him a record deal.
That was, I mean, this tournament, man, that right there, folks, is what it's all about.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? You get to pick the ones that make the show rock.
Incredible. Matt O'Leary's first Mikey Midnight experience. You didn't even get to see him. His camera works half the time.
I was going to say, I've seen him either pop in with no audio or come in with no camera on and no audio, but I've never seen it actually call in and work. So happy to finally have the pleasure of talking to Mikey.
Ladies and gentlemen, NY Jets, Florida. This is Ted. He says, Matt, the winner of Jake's contest goes to your wedding. Is that true, Matt? Is that one of the prizes? Whoever wins Asmaniac Madness gets an invite to the O'Leary wedding next year?
Might have to clear that one with Taylor, but I'll get back to you and let you know. That would be
which Asmaniac would concern you the most if they were invited to your wedding?
I think V-Man. He might just drink the bar clean if it was V-Man.
Or he'd be sleeping through the whole thing at one of the tables.
He would. I mean, if we're paying for a meal for V-Man, he's got to eat it. These things are expensive.
That's right. All right. Memberships, man, they're flying off the shelves. Michael gifted 5 channel memberships. Let's go.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Let's see who got them here. These are from, once again, Michael, who's in for 5. YouTube is very slow giving me the names, but I think I have them. Rocco Peace, Whatever Wizard, Os, L. Boo Po, Ike Got Next Show, all receiving channel memberships right there. But wait, there is more. If YouTube would allow me to see who did it, I could announce it. It appears that we got 10 from Mimosa. Mimosa, thank you very much. You're in the raffle for another 10. Let's go. All right, these are from Mimosa here. Mimosa's awesome. Rick Halen, British Jet, Green Team, Stonefish, Frage Hart, Jet Legend 98, JR24, Zachary Alford, all receiving channel memberships. And then how about this from the OG again? Peter Castro dropping 10 channel memberships for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Castro.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
The Poke Dude, NY Jets 4A, Michael Padilla, Brooklyn Cortez, Boba Jet, Oliver Odorago, Jeff Hogg, Danelle Holmes, Brendy Cherry, all receiving memberships there from Castro. This is the last day you could gift to be entered in tomorrow's raffle for a chance at a signed Mawai helmet, Namath helmet, Maynard helmet, Revis helmet, and Curtis Martin helmet. Epic prizes every week on the show. This one's from Jose, who writes in. And by the way, Jose, 5 raffle entries with his $20 super chat. I think looking at prior drafts, quarterback being such a premium position, guys like Milroe and Dart are going to go higher than we think, maybe even round 1. If Milroe is in the second, I'd love the Jets to get him. Look, quarterbacks get overdrafted all the time. I just don't know which one of these like developmental guys is going to be the one that's going to sneak into round 1 or go even higher in round 2.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think I'm pretty confident in saying that there's definitely 2 guys who are going to go, in Cam Ward and Shador, and then maybe one of the 2, either Milroe or Jackson Dart, sneak into the end of the first round. But that's TBD.
Knob Craft says, Bobby has lost enough weight that my sponsorship donation is up to 41 Big Macs. He looks great, Bob. I mean, handsome devil.
He's doing. I'm very happy for him. I'm glad that he is trending in the right direction weight wise and looking for a job. Good stuff.
Speaking of Knob, how about Knob in the Asmaniac raffle for 10? Give it up to Knob Craft for supporting the channel. And Knob, I know how much you love Charles Gorman, so this is for you.
Oh.
Nick Sheld, Bob Sacramento, F1 Esports BR, Vladdy P, Rayhan C, Sith Happens, Michael Camarino, Douglas Welsh, Kevin Avila, Larry Rudolph, all receiving channel memberships. Ton of raffle entries this show, which is awesome. Matt, before you get out of here, there's a caller on the line that I think everyone out there is dying to hear from. He is currently the 1 seed in the Hood region, and he's up 55-45 with it all on the line here in the opening round. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello to the great Cheats fan. Well, he'll make his case why you should vote for him.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill. Yo, this is a very close one. Please vote for me. Jake changed my name, so my information down there.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous, but remember all the hood stories. I can even tell you a few hood stories if you guys want to hear.
Yeah, get Matt O'Leary your favorite hood story.
So my favorite hood story is my first time I smoked weed. I was young, stupid, and dumb. I decided to grab one of my friend's things thinking it was a cigarette and lit it up, enjoyed it, smoked more, went through 4 days of food. I was a 15-year-old, high as a kite. One of my other favorite hood stories is when first time I got arrested. First time I got arrested, there was a riot going on in Chicago. I was downtown. And I come home because I was out there rioting because a cop attacked a black person. Cop arrested me, but I gave him a good ass headbutt. And I was known for headbutting cops back in my day. And I did a lot of stupid shit in my teenage and 20 years. I'm like, there's times that I would get in an argument with the police and try to go for the taser, and they would have to restrain me because they were picking on someone for their skin, and I don't stand for that. And my friend texted me last night and said, "Remember that one time we were standing outside school and a cop walked up and tried to punk the black kid, and you walked over there and tried to see what the cop's badge number is, stole his walkie-talkie, and started pranking the other cops." I got 2,000 hours of community service for still. I was running around with walkie-talkie. Hey, we got a fat cop over here, needs donuts. Hey, he's down. His blood sugar's down. Oh, he's down. He hasn't had a donut in 2 seconds.
Wow. I would not want to.
We've had I was one of the only white kids in the school, and thank you, Lowski. And Lowski, I've done a lot of shit to stick up for the BLM and black community and other races. I'm just lucky I got my record cleared. Thank you, Johnny. I was wild as a kid and wild as a teenager, and that's the reason why I was forced to move to Chicago, because my parents could have put up with me. And I became even more wild up there, living on 51st Inglewood and Halsted, living in the apartment buildings before they shut them down, and then moving a few houses down. That apartment complex has been shut down so many times because of rats. And I remember my first day in there seeing a rat when I'm trying to take a shower. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm getting a YMCA membership. And there's a lot of good stories. the first time my friend got high. Like he's 18, he comes home from high school, having a bad day after work. We spark up a joint. He's like, I'm gonna get fired. I'm like, fuck it, just smoke it. We went through about 4 or 5 home running pizzas, and we ended up constipated the next day. So we had fun.
Oh no!
Now, Chiefs fan, are you surprised how tight this is? I mean, I would have thought.
Well, he is a musical genius, so yeah.
That is true. He is a musical genius.
But yeah,
the constipation really does it for me. That's something else.
Well, when you're high, you're stupid. You'll eat a bunch of food and wonder why you can't shit for days.
Chiefs fan, I'm being told by one independent voter has not cast their vote yet that if you give us a good hands rubbing, they might vote for you.
That good enough? You need more?
Let me see if it impacts the poll voting here.
Move my hand like this, but I'll do anything to get the votes.
You just gained a point. You were at 54. I just saw it flash to 55. Now it's back to 54.
Ah, shit. Oh well. I just want to make it out of the first round, the first lead. That's all that matters.
I see. All right. Well, Chiefs fan, look. I mean, you left it all on the line. I think people obviously have to decide for themselves, but ultimately, I mean, if the show ended now, you would win. So you just got to have faith that true Chiefs fans will back you here.
Do you still want to bring me on as a closer at the end, Jake? I can stay on the line.
Yeah, if you're still on, I'll maybe pop you in. I reached out to Bijan as well.
Did you need me to jump out so more people could come in, or did you want me to stay on the line?
You're good. You stay right there. There's not 15 people on hold right now.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chiefs fan.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Matt, do you think that helped or hurt Chiefs fans' candidacy?
I would think helped. Those were some pretty good stories from the hood.
Well said. Burkinator definitely thinks it helped. Chiefs fan for the streets. Hashtag vote now. Southern Jet, our guy Rich checks in. Chiefs fan, real deal.
He is in. He's really in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, more calls right now. Let's check in with the 2 seed in the Butter region. We say hello to a man who needs no introduction. His name is Gary.
Knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs. You can do what
Hello,
up,
Gary.
Matt? What up, Jake? Hey, Matt, did you get married yet, Jake? Or is you still in the process of that?
November is the wedding.
November. All right.
If you win Asmaniac Madness, Gary, you'll be invited, apparently, according to Ted.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. First, look, it looks like Chiefs fans going to hold on to win. Kudos to Bijan. He put up a hell of a fight. There's a saying in boxing, win this time, worry about looking good next time. Chiefs fan looks like he's going to win here, all right? He's going to have to do better next time against Chiefs fan, but it's survive and advance. He won. Worry about looking good next time.
He hasn't won yet, Rod.
He hasn't. It does look like he's going to hold on to win.
You know what they say in Asmaniac Madness, though, Gary? You know what they say?
No, I don't.
You don't know what they say?
What do they say, Jake?
They say an Asmaniac Madness matchup is not over until Charles Gorman farts.
I think the second one. Excuse me.
So I got a question, and I'm glad you're here, Matt, too, because you raised the point. He hasn't been on his A game, right? And a lot of times it's not who's the best, but who's the hottest, like who's clicking at the moment, right? And if you play it in January, maybe you get a different winner. Do you think this has more to do with the fact that he's not a Jets fan, or do you think it's just that he's not been on his best? Like which one do you think is leading to the closer than anticipated poll?
For me, I think it's the not being a Jets fan. I've seen a few people in the chat saying I don't have it in me to vote for a Jets fan. So it's a lot closer in round one. I think he has some upset potential in future rounds because of that.
I think the headbutt call helps him. I think he needs to get back to more of his ghetto stories. That's what got him here. Like Dance with the Girl You Took, right? Like his ghetto stories are what got him here. So don't go away from that. Jake, what do you think? Well, what do you think is leading to the closer than anticipated poll?
I think it's the fact that it's Chiefs fan and people just maybe are casuals just tuning in, being, I'm not going to vote for it. But it's Asmaniac Madness. I want to emphasize that. It's not Jet Madness. Like, yes, most of my listeners are Jet fans, but we reach a lot of people on this channel. And Chiefs fan has been a long-time caller. Like the committee naming him a 1 seed didn't surprise anyone who regularly watches the show. So that's why I want to remind people.
And it looks like he's going to get through this. And who knows? It's weed or I actually had a bet with Allen that I said that weed is going to win by a bigger margin than Chiefs fan, and that looks like a good bet for me right now. Like
you think you think Weed's going to beat Rob this afternoon?
I do. I don't think the chat loves Rob. This is a good matchup. I like Rob.
Yeah, but the chat didn't love Beastbreaker, and he still almost won. Think about that.
He did.
There's a lot of silent Rob voters out there.
The Beast, I picked Bricker. I did. And I thought he'd win by an even wider margin because normally when you do your poll, like should we release Beastbreaker from the Hull, it's 58-42 in favor of no. So I just thought that was going to be the vote, right? Like it's like when a candidate has a 40% approval rating, he's probably not going to win that election, right? Like they don't like him, right? And that's kind of how I looked at it. So it was actually closer than I thought.
Sally points, Gary. Sally points.
And just the last thing, we're not going to really get our quarterback of the future. So, like, are we going to do this all year? Is it going to be like Drew Aller, Arch Manning? Are we going to have this conversation if we're going 5-12 again all year on who we're going to take in 2026?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to talk about winning at some point on this show. I want to talk about your playoff position or relevant games in December to get us into the playoffs instead of talking about the draft on Halloween.
I agree.
That's my goal.
Hopefully the coaching is incredible. Whatever veteran they add with Tyrod's good or Tyrod's healthy, or they get lucky with one of these quarterbacks that's the next Dak or Kirk Cousins in the mid-rounds.
That historically hasn't been our case. We draft Bryce Petty and Christian Hackenberg. Greg you know, look, I'm not going to give this administration a black eye for a fight the other administrations were in. This is a new front office, a new head coach. Hopefully this is different. It only takes one. Like the Patriots and the Chiefs weren't exactly model franchises before they got it right. So hopefully this is us getting it right. We'll find out.
Gary, great call. We'll see if you're right. We'll see if Chiefs fan can hang on. Right now, he's up 54-46 with almost 500 votes that have been cast.
That's closer than I thought. I keep expecting it to get wider and wider, and it just stays in that 8 to 10 point range.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary.
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
Matt, another magical appearance from you. I appreciate you coming on. I will keep you posted on what happens in this matchup, and I'll keep you posted on this tournament. I mean, the winner's apparently going to your wedding, which is very exciting news.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to break the news to the fiance, but I'm going to.
You're the man, Matt. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Matt O'Leary NY. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. We'll put a link to it in the description after the show. Hey, a huge shout out to Rick Kent. I think Rick Kent's gifted like 40 memberships this show. He's got a great chance to win a raffle prize tomorrow. Reminder, this is the last day you can enter our raffle. Tomorrow morning, we give away a Curtis Martin helmet, Darrelle Revis helmet, Don Maynard helmet, Joe Namath helmet, and Kevin Mawai helmet. This is for Rick.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, man.
Bodhi, Flowing Air Productions, K-Pang, Dimas Morales, Nick Salinitri, Slow Sloss, Justin Gray, Joseph Rodriguez, Shim Shack Collectibles, all receiving channel memberships from the Rick Kent. I want to give a huge shout out before we continue this show to Leany in North Carolina, who's competing in Asmaniac Madness. Leanie, of course, a huge part of our show. She's in the Hood region, the 6th seed going up against the Lupman Luppy later on in this tournament. But it's Leanie's birthday today, so happy birthday to Leanie. And as is tradition on this show, when it's an Asmaniac birthday, we bring on Bobby Midnight to sing to the wonderful
Thank you,
Leanie.
Jake, for putting me on.
Bobby, take it away.
Thank you very much. Leanie, this is for you, Leanie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Leanie. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a great day too. How's that, Jake?
Folks, make sure you vote. Here is a live look-in at Cheats fan currently trying to see if the chat will come through for him and reward him with a victory. He's wearing his Cheats fan shirt. You can see the nerves are getting to him. Will he get enough support to survive? Many are wondering. We don't have the answers just yet, though. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to the great Big Cho, who's next. Hey, Big Cho.
Jake.
Joe.
Calling you live from the conference tournament. We're still alive.
Still alive, baby. Stay
Right.
alive.
We're in the semifinals today at 2:30 against the number 2 seed. We're the number 6 seed. We're the lowest seed remaining.
Let's go, Cho. Let's go, Cho.
Let's go, Cho. Let's go, Cho. But I definitely wanted to give you an update to tell you we're still alive and kicking.
I love it, Big Cho. Now, who'd you vote for in the tournament going on here?
Hey, before I answer that, who won with Beast?
Dave Briga got by Beast yesterday. A record voting turnout, 810 votes, 52-47. Briga took it.
Oh, wow. That's a big upset, 15 over 2.
Big upset.
That's what I am. I'm a 15.
That's right.
Hopefully I can get an upset.
You confident you have what it takes to get it done?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in myself. Again, I'm not going to badmouth David T. I'm just going to bring my attributes to the table and what I bring and go from there.
Look, I think you got a chance. David is obviously a fierce competitor, but as we've seen in this tournament, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah, of course. So what's the latest news on the number 7 pick?
It could be anyone. I really like Dixon Hole. If we're going to talk quarterback, though, he could be a guy that, maybe doesn't play right away, but eventually develops into a long-term option.
Which guy?
Dixon Hole from Arizona State.
Oh, yeah. But not at 7, right?
Maybe you trade back into the end of round 1 for him, like pick 27.
Right. If you traded back, what kind of draft picks are we looking to receive for trading back?
I think if you could try and get a second rounder at some point in a trade back, that'd be the ultimate win, but it depends on how far you're going back.
Mm-hmm. Would it be a second round this year or a second round next year?
Probably next year, and then you get maybe like a third or fourth this year. It really depends on where that team's coming up from.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the game tonight at 2:30, and I'm looking forward to my showdown whenever that's going to be. Probably, you said Monday, maybe.
I can't wait, Big Cho. I'm excited.
Looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll give you a call tomorrow morning letting you know that we got the upset in the semifinals and we're in the finals. We're back-to-back champions in the conference tournament, and no team in the history of the league has ever won it 3 times.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Big Cho.
The 27 pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets select Dixon Hole out of Arizona State. What am I, a mind reader?
That's the guy to watch, Joe. Dixon Hole. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Cho's opponent in that matchup, that 15 versus 2, is none other than this guy.
I got my Iron UJ. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Jake.
Hello, David.
And congratulations to Coach Cho on his victory, and I hope that they become 3-time champions. And he's allowed to badmouth me all he wants. God knows he's got a lot of material.
I don't think he does, though. That's the problem. I think no one could badmouth you, David. You're just too nice of a guy. We saw Bobby try to badmouth you by calling you Santa, and that backfired in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're messing with a heavy hitter when you're messing with Santa. So, but I'm all on board. The Chiefs fan.
Shut up, Dave. I can't stand Santa Claus. Shut the fuck up, Santa Claus. You fucking eye. Oh, look at my eye. Oh, look at my eye.
You seem like you're in a good mood and ready to go for 20 more hours.
Yeah, I happen to believe that most people, either love or have some respect for Santa Claus. So Bobby was kind of playing with fire there. But I'm on board the Chiefs fan train. I think one of the things, and Gator is so good with his intros, but his Chiefs fan intro is so good. I love it. Every time you put that on there and he's strutting down the neighborhood and says he's looking for a job, bitches, and all that, I just have to laugh, But and I agree. You don't have to be a Jet fan to be an Asmaniac. The only thing I think would be unacceptable is if you're a fan of one of the teams in our division. That would be a little tough to take. But anyway, on the football note, to try to ease my mind with all the quarterback stuff, and you and Matt and Kyle Clifton, but Tyler Warren. If they take him and you guys had said that he's a really good blocker, and I'm thinking of the running game. I mean, we got so much talent with the running backs, and if they could just build a good running game this year, I mean, that's just going to make everything easier on the quarterback, and then maybe take a quarterback in the second or third round, so that's where I'm at this point.
They had to address quarterback at some point in the draft. I just don't know if it's going to be on day 1 or even day 2. Like, it could be a 4th round pick at the earliest.
Right. But like you guys are discussing, I mean, possibly Cam's not going to go down to 7, maybe Shakur, but then maybe you'd consider, a quarterback, but Jackson Dart, not in the first round or in the first round, if he's in the later rounds, I'd be all on board with that,
I'm with you. Now, as far as Chiefs fan goes, David, are you surprised it's this tight?
No, because B. John is a really good guy, and he's a likable person, and so I'm not surprised. Because he has a really good competitor. If it would be somebody that was a little different, I would be surprised. But no, I'm not surprised.
I'll tell you what, it's a testament to the greatness of the people that tune into the show, that every matchup, you just never quite know how it's going to play itself out.
Yeah. It's so much fun, Jake. We're having a lot of fun. And, like I said, I feel we're all Jets brothers and sisters. And, we can all have a lot of fun and not make fun of each other, but the game is to try to bring some art and all in fun.
Yeah, 100%, David. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be fascinating to see how your region plays out because there's a lot of heavy hitters in that Hood region.
Yes, yeah. I still don't know how I actually made it in the tournament, but I'm proud. I'm glad to be in one of the top notch regions, and let the chips fall where they may.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great David T. Now we take a quick break. This ad is paid for by JJ over Big Fella Campaign Incorporated.
For those of you who didn't know, a few months back, I had announced my retirement from the Big Asman show. But after today's victory, I have a huge announcement to make. The people, the fans have spoken. I'm coming out of retirement.
The great
I'm back. Big Fella, I'll see you in the next round. May the best man win.
We already have campaigns for the round of 32 matchups. JJ, I'm retired. Oh. Now he's back. JJ and the big fellow. Round of 32, chicken soup region. Get your popcorn ready for that. Adam is too cool. I see you on the line, and we're going to you now. What's up, Adam?
Hey, I got to say, with the madness, you got to show up to vote every day or your favorite might not win.
It's true.
That's the reality.
And look, 529 people have cast votes this show, which is a strong number. Now, not quite the 810 we got for Beastbreaker yesterday, but still strong showing by the people coming out to the polls today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, how far Chiefs fan goes. He's awesome. I love him. But he's also not really a Jets fan, so I don't know how much that weighs with the community. So maybe that explains why it's closer than people think. But that doesn't mean he can't come away with all of it because there's no one like him. So, loving that. So QB stuff. Question: did we talk about Russell Wilson as an option? I know we talked about Justin Fields as like the Pittsburgh option that might come away, but like, what if Pittsburgh does stay with Fields for some reason and they ditch Wilson? Because who knows? Is Russell Wilson a viable option for us?
I'd be surprised if they went down that path. I can't picture it. I think it's more likely we're talking about like Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, like that type of veteran.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like who are we not hearing about, which is like sort of like really kept on the down low. So I'm just thinking about other options there, but kind of curious about that. Did you see DK Metcalf asking for a trade? What do you think about trading for him?
Doubt the Jets would trade
DK
assets.
Metcalf, sorry.
And then I don't think they would trade assets and then give him a contract. It doesn't fit their timeline where they are right now.
Yeah, but he is proven though. Like, I don't know if I would just like immediately dismiss it if there's a good enough offer on the table. But I mean, he's proven. I think it also depends. Like, if Tet's still available at 7, there might be something there with like a trade down. I mean, it's a little bit of finagling. And you're right. It's like risky because you'd have to get the extension. I don't think the cap room's the problem, as we know.
Yep.
So it's not a money thing. So the question is, if you had to go wide receiver, do you go with Tet in that situation, or do you go with DK who's proven it?
Well, I mean, I would love DK. I just don't think the Jets are going to be the team to give a lot of picks and on a contract. What they should do is they should sign Garrett Wilson now and get ahead of whatever DK is about to get because he's going to get a lot of money too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it could be both. Like, why have 2 really good receivers that get 1,000 yards? Like, that's a good problem to have, and that would be a good replacement for Devontae when you think about the long term.
No, I agree. I don't think they're going to spend. I don't think they want to trade away like draft capital when this regime's in their first year together.
I would say just for food for thought on this, the trade down is overpaying for DK for 1 year with no guaranteed extension. You have to guarantee the extension. You can't do the Hassan Reddick mistake. Like, you got to absolutely
no.
have that.
You got it. When you trade for him, you sign him.
Yeah,
immediately. Yep.
But going from like 7 to 18 is actually too expensive. So you'd actually you'd want a little bit more from Seattle on that trade to get him in. But I think that would solve a big problem if the trade makes sense, to your point, if there's an interest in that.
Yep, I agree. Now, Adam, the chat is once again comparing you to Allen. Does that bother you?
No, because I think I'm just going to call in on Allen's day. I'm going to wear a Hugo House hat, and then I can read off lines from the chat if that'd be funny enough. So,
I mean, people are all over it. Now, Allen is quote-unquote retired from calling in, and I hope that works against him and Jets Johnny knocks him out in the opening round.
Like I think Allen's great. I get it. I also understand why people don't like his takes on things, but I just think in the end, I feel like he's at a competitive disadvantage not having his face on camera. So again, I don't know if I'm really asking Allen for permission. I just feel like calling in anyway because it'll be funny.
I love it. Adam, excellent job out of you.
See ya.
Adam is too cool. Checking in. Marvin with an Asmaniac super chat. Marvin, sorry I missed this during all the memberships. Appreciate your support. If we sign Fields and he has a season like Darnold, the next offseason we'll have to pay him big. If the new regime loves Ward, then trade up for him. I mean, we don't even know what Sam's getting yet, though, Marvin. And that's a good problem to have. If Justin Fields is a season like Sam Darnold, where do I sign for that? That means you have your franchise quarterback. Who cares if you're going to pay him big? That's a great problem to have. I yearn for the day the Jets get to extend a quarterback because they were great. Wouldn't that be awesome? Justin Fields is 25. If he's awesome next year, you got your quarterback now set in place. This wouldn't be like Rodgers for one more year at age 41. You have a guy long term. As far as your other points here about Cam Ward, I mean, look, if they love him, fine, go and get him. They better be right. I like Cam Ward. I don't know if I'm trading a ton to go up and get him. That's me. The Jets might feel differently. Ted Bundy, thanks for being a member for 6 months. Austrian Jet fan with a super sticker. We still don't know what this is, Austrian Jet fan, but you're the man. If you're tuning in late from Austria, Austrian Jet fan, today's the last day to be eligible to win a raffle prize on tomorrow's show, tomorrow a.m., when Nick Faria joins. Raffle Madness at the beginning. Martin helmet, Revis helmet, Maynard helmet, Namath helmet, Mawai helmet. Gift to be entered, $20 super chat. We'll get you 5 entries. Ladies and gentlemen, let's update the poll right now in Asmaniac Madness. It remains a tight game for a 16 seed. Chiefs fan does have the lead, but it is tightening. It's 56-44 with over 550 votes that have been cast. Will Chiefs fans survive? That's the question no one has the answer to. Here's a live look at Chiefs fan as the chat is trying to figure out whether or not to vote for him. You could see him sitting there on his couch. He's sitting there watching the show.
Got some soup.
He's got some soup in his hand. Chiefs fan, I'm being told that if you give a good rub of the hands again, you might get some extra votes. Ladies and gentlemen, is it enough to get him by? That's the question. We need the answers. Will the chat vote Chiefs fan through? Let's say hello to Shane, who's up next on our show today. Hey, Shane.
Hello. I was just want to talk about Jackson Dart.
Go ahead.
Big Jackson Dart guy. I know people talk about the Florida game, but in that game, I was watching it live, and 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, he threw an absolute dime to his wide receiver that went through his hands, which would have tied the game with 7 minutes left. He did blow up at the end of the day, which obviously isn't good, but I would love for a trade back maybe, or maybe a trade back in to draft him. I think he's phenomenal.
I'll tell you what, though, Shane, like every quarterback is allowed a bad game, too. Like, we can't say, oh, you can't draft him because he played bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every quarterback's allowed to play bad in the game. It happens.
And also, I trust Tyrod Taylor so much with just being a bat or like starting over someone. He started over Baker, started over Herbert. I don't know if I'm mixing this. He might have started over Josh Allen or been in the same room. I forget.
He was gone by then. But yeah, no, but you're right about Herbert and Mayfield.
And then one last question. I don't know what to do with this jersey. Just an Aaron Rodgers jersey. I have no clue what to do with it.
Yeah, I got like 7 of them in my closet. So
old uniform. I don't even know what to do with it. That's all I got.
You could donate it to the homeless shelter.
It's a good idea.
Now, Shane, where are you calling us from? You look like you're in a very unique location.
I'm just in my room.
Are you based in the New York area?
No, Central Jersey.
Central Jersey.
It's been being a Jets fan is hard over here.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Giants fans and Eagles fans.
I feel that, Shane. Now, have you called before?
No.
Is you a first-time caller?
I've been listening for since Zach Wilson's first year, though.
Really? What took so long?
I just, I kind of I never watch live because I always have school in the mornings and then school at night. So I kind of just, first time I kind of got catching it live.
I see. Recently. Now, what are your thoughts on Asmaniac Madness? If you've been a long-time viewer, did anything surprise you so far? Any of the seeding surprise you?
None of I'm This is great. Nothing surprised me. I do think a 1 seed's going to go. I thought it was going to be Chiefs fan just because he's a Chiefs fan. I love Chiefs fan, but he is a Chiefs fan. And I thought that would be a more outrageous. And I love Bobby Midnight, but I feel like he might, because he's either the best or sometimes he you and him fight a little, and if he does that the day before his vote, that might mess him up a little bit.
Yeah, or people might like the fact that, he's causing, a rift on the show. People like drama.
That is true. But Beastbreaker went, and that's what he was.
Yes, but Beastbreaker is to the extreme of that, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I will say this, though. Even though Beastbreaker went down, 810 people voted in that one. I mean, I think Beast probably got more votes than any other contestant ever. Just he happened to get less than Dave Brega.
That's true. Have we seen him since?
No, Beast will not be on the show today. He previously reached out saying that he's stepping away for a little while. I bet you he'll call in by tomorrow if I had to guess, knowing him, but he's not on the show right now.
Okay.
All right, Shane. Well, great job, and hopefully you call him more. Maybe you'll be in the tournament next year.
Hopefully, that's the goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shane in Central New Jersey with his first ever call. And he's a dart dude. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at the poll right now as our show starts to wind down, Chiefs fan has gained another point. Since I last looked at the poll, it is 56-44 with 565 votes that have been cast. I'm going to look up the score of the Charles Gorman matchup against Chris G, because that was pretty tight too for a 1 seed, but Gorman did advance. And obviously, since Gorman competed, he's provided a lot of incredible moments on the show. He called in. StreamYard is still giving me issues as I transition to slides. He called in from Costco the other day, and that was an all-timer. And then the day before the Costco call, he gave us this.
My mother wants to know who I'm talking to. I'm on StreamYard, Mom. I'm on YouTube.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
Charles, you're the best, dude. I can't. Mom, the meatloaf.
The meatloaf!
Mom, meatloaf.
So, I mean, you got to consider that. Looking at some of the scores here. By the way, entering today, I think there were only 13 perfect brackets remaining in our bracket pool. Yep. So Gorman won 67-33, which in hindsight is actually pretty good. Chiefs fan, the next 1 seed is only up 56-44. So Gorman's having a wider margin of victory than Chiefs fan did. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy knows a thing or two about Charles Gorman and his farts.
Oh. I do. Hi. How's it going, everyone?
Hello, Addison.
Jake, I got the day off today, something I rarely get to do, call into your morning show. So just wanted to pop on. And
this feels weird, hearing from you this early in the day out there.
I know, right? But yeah, I just wanted to come on and let everyone know that the hood of LA has Chiefs fans back. As a Laker fan, he's a Celtics fan. I should hate his guts, but Chiefs fan is an undeniable force in this tournament, and he just has to advance against the tuba blower and go against Weed in the next round.
That'd be a fascinating matchup, Chiefs fan and Weed. I think Weed has a chance to pull off the upset if it is Weed.
He does, yeah. And obviously, I'm never going to vote against Weed. And these two guys stopped at my house. I know they went to Glenhead and they had to escape as fast as they can, but they're safe now. They're in LA, and they're voting for Weed as well. So do that, please. Weed, kick his ass later on. And happy 10-year anniversary of acquiring Brandon Marshall, Jake.
Hey, friend of the show, Brandon Marshall.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
And of course, happy birthday to Laney.
Well said. Addison, I'm curious, who was your pick to win the tournament? Because you obviously are very close with the Midnight Brothers. Charles Gorman loves to fart in front of you. I mean, you know some of the heavy hitters in this tournament. Who'd you pick?
Well, the Bobby and Charles have both violated my nostrils in their own ways. But I'm going to go with Mikey. Mikey is, we love the guy. We all do. You can't say anything bad about Mikey. And if you have anything bad to say about Mikey, then you're absolutely effed up. That's just the bottom line. Mikey Midnight all the way.
We needed you to be in this tournament, Addison. I wish you called more because you were like the final four out. Like we just couldn't justify. The committee just couldn't find a spot for you. It was so tough. But I pushed hard for you. I'm like, I want Addison in, but we just couldn't find a spot.
It would have been cool. Yeah, I get it. More people calling than I do. I'm on the West Coast, but Jake, I'm tuned in every single effing day, and I'm gonna try to call in a lot more. I need to get in that tournament. I'm not in the committee. I know Bonesy inadvertently said thank you to me because he like included me in the committee, but I'm like Anakin in Star Wars. I'm in the council, but I don't have the rank of master. I can thankfully call a bunch of the committee members friends of mine, but just so you know, there wasn't any favorites in the committee because I'm sure I would have been in it, not to toot my own horn, but I have some good friends in the committee, and hopefully next time I'll do enough this upcoming year to be in the next tournament.
I think you'll be in there, if not on the committee next year, honestly. I mean, if we needed to expand the committee, I can't think of someone who knows the Asmaniac community as well as you do, Addison. So I feel like you would be an excellent choice for that as well.
Yeah, I'm thankful that I was accepted into this community as well as I was. And Jet fans are the best. I mean, I love the Dodgers. The Dodgers taught me patience. The Lakers taught me happiness. The Jets have taught me loyalty. But of those three teams, because of this community and all the fucking awesome people that I've met, the Jets are probably my favorite team amongst those three.
Well, Addison, excellent call. Enjoy the day off. And I know you'll be locked into the matchup on the second show today, so I'm excited.
I'll be locked in. It will be packed. And let's go weed.
Oh.
What the fuck?
It never gets old. Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw this comment from Bijan, who I emailed today. Call in. You're competing, baby. Bijan wrote, just saw the notification. Well, Bijan, you got a chance, man. 56-44, almost 600 votes have been cast. Does Bijan have what it takes to get over the hump? Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello right now to this guy.
Let's go, baby.
Bijan is here. Hello, Bijan.
Hey, how's it going, Jake?
Now, Bijan, were you aware that you were going today in the Hood region?
Totally. I totally knew today was the no. I saw the bracket and I just didn't remember all the dates and when it was happening. So, but thank you for the reminder. And so is this to like make a case that I should be that we got to flip the script here, win the bracket? Is that what I'm? Is that the goal here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, you're gonna need a rally here because you're down 56-44, but you're within range. So make your best pitch why people should vote for you over Chiefs fan.
All right, I gotta go. Like, so this is not meant to be. This is not meant to be any sort of political. I'm just gonna do an impersonation, and I'm gonna make my case. All right, this is not political. It's just gonna be in the voice of someone everybody knows here. But all right. So, Chiefs fan versus me. Unbelievable. We have a great contest between me and Chiefs fan. But last time I checked, this is a New York Jets show. And he's a Chiefs fan. He has Travis Kelce and those Swifties. We don't like the Swifties. We like the Jets. We like the J and the ETS. You know, I almost bought them once. You know, I was the USFL commissioner, so I wanted to buy the Jets. But JETS, you got to vote for a Jets fan. No Chiefs fans. No Swifties. That's Swifties. Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bijan making his case. Bijan, congrats on being in this tournament. You're a tremendous caller. I think you remind a lot of people that every time you call in. And I'll tell you what, you're not a 16 seed a year from now if you call in more over the next year. That's for sure.
Let's go.
That was a good one from him, but fuck Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cheats fan. God. All right. How about this for legends on the line? Fresh off a victory over Beastbreaker, we say hello to One Punch Brigga. Dave's up next. What's up, Dave?
I hope my internet's good. Is it coming through all right or bad again?
Dave, you look tremendous. I could see you're rocking the Asmaniac bucket hat, it appears.
Well, I have to. Hey, I beat the Beastbreaker, but it wasn't me. It was my supporters. It was just a great. It just shows you how people get together. I wish our team could play together like this because we overcame great odds. And I just want to give thanks to my supporters and all they did. You know, it was great. Even though we beat all the odds. I'm just sorry that the Beast couldn't have a good concession speech. What happened to him?
Well, if I put him on, I don't think my channel would be existing right now. So I couldn't put him on yesterday.
Well, hopefully he gets over it. Hopefully
It's all in good fun at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, Gator tried his best, but it didn't work.
It was too big to rig, Dave.
Yeah. It was just, it was just a great. I just enjoyed it because the people got their vote, not me. It's not about me. It's about the chat and the channel, how they react to things. I think we just, it just shows you why can't we have a team like this? I mean, our focus should be on winning football games, but this is what we have to turn to have peace. And we thank you.
I agree.
We thank you for all the help. It's and just a great place that we can go to just reflect, the sadness we have in not having a good team. But that really hurt me about that Jared Allen yesterday. I mean, that guy should just keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, we know the Jets stink. Why is everyone piling on?
He rubs our faces in the mud. It'll be great the day we could do the opposite. I mean, I just hope that comes pretty soon. I mean, we have the things we have to endure is just terrible. But again,
I agree.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks to you. So, and
Dave,
hopefully,
hey, Dave, congrats to you. You earned it, man. I mean, you rallied the community around you, and I'll tell you what. I think you could go on a run here. I mean, it wouldn't surprise. Look, Mike D's Nuts is a fierce competitor, but I could see you sneaking by him. And if you get by him and you're in the Sweet 16, who knows what could happen?
Well, the other guys they put a lot more airtime than me. We have Mikey now. I don't think anybody's going to beat him. And you
don't have to worry about Mikey till the championship round.
No, but I'm really glad to see that Bobby's making a comeback. That he's getting over his anger issues. It's just he seems like he's getting back in the right track. So I'm thankful for that.
Well, Dave, congrats on the win. And I mean, there's a lot of people that obviously rallied around you. So you got a lot of love out there.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Dave Brigga, One Punch Brigga. This afternoon on the show will be a heavy hitter battle. And no, I'm not referring to Weed's Bong. Weed the People, Rob from Glenhead, joining us on the line right now to preview the matchup is...
Women.
Rob from Glenhead. Hello, Rob.
How do you like my background there, Jake?
I broke Kyle Clifton's living room.
I broke into Kyle's house. Actually, Addison and Weed the People helped me Jimmy the Lock.
Wow.
I was able to get in, the experience comes in, But just wanted to come on and, do my last, I guess, campaigning. But going right through Weed like a buzzsaw. And then that phony Chief fan will be next. That want to be like guy who's like proud of living in the hood, like, hysterical. But just wanted to display a little picture here. Can you see that, Jake?
You might have a tough time with the double green screen. Might be doing you in.
Wait a second. I had it before.
No.
So much technology, right, Jake?
You might need to get rid of get rid of Clifton's living room, and you might have a chance to showcase whatever image this is.
Yeah, I'll show it later. But again, just coming in and stuff. And if I'm fortunate to get by my man Reseed the Brain there, then I'm coming after that phony Chief fan. And I got a message for Chief fan. This is for you, buddy. I'm coming after you next.
What did Chiefs fan do?
Yeah, he's been killing me on the thing. He just looking past me like, oh, when I face weed next, like I don't even have a chance and stuff. But hopefully the Asmaniacs come through for me today, and the OGs and the Goombas come through for me today, and I can get.
Oh, we lost you there, Rob. Hold on.
There, I said, hopefully I can get past weed, and then I'm coming after that phony Chief fan. I mean, it'd be a bigger pleasure to beat him, to be honest with you. I want him bad.
I didn't realize there was so much hatred between you and Chiefs fan.
There wasn't, but he's talking a lot of smack. He's talking like I don't even have a shot at all. And nobody's saying that I'm a sure thing. But you know what? It's a close matchup between me and Weed. At least I'm anticipating that. And he's acting like I have zero shot, and he's just automatically saying Weed's going to win. So,
ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Jersey Jet is next. A special surprise as we wrap up here. Hello, Jersey Jet.
Hey, what's going on, Jake? First and foremost, happy birthday, Leanie. Secondly, I got, every hood ain't the same. So I want to present this to the Chiefs fan. This is an honorary hood pass. This is good in North Brunswick, South Brunswick, East Brunswick, and of course, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and in some parts of Perth Amboy. But you got to check in if you want Perth Amboy. All right, now, I got a little bit of beef with one of the fan favorites, Jake.
Yeah.
That Gorman, he want to come at my man Lane Train. And understand this, Lane Train, that's my man's. That's my man's in him. All right? He want to come after him for creating fictional characters. But his whole thing is fictional characters. Batman, Superman, and he didn't even invent them. Lane Train invented Dixon Hole. You feel what I'm saying? And he's going viral right now.
Yeah.
So he needs to stay off of Lane Train because I know where he lives. I'm at exit 9 and he's at exit 11. 2 exits down, bro. I'll be on your neck. Stay off of Lane Train. That's my man. And Rob, you're going to get smoked. By weed. Jets, Jets.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? You get to pick the ones who make the show rock.
This has been a wild show. I was not expecting this today. All right. I mean, we've had a lot that's happened. There's been more crazy things this show than there have been in like 3 shows combined, 4 shows combined. Ladies and gentlemen, potentially our last call is on the line right now. 56-44, Chiefs fan leads. Unless Bijan makes a wild comeback here in the final minutes, Chiefs fan will advance to the round of 32. Today is a special day. It is the birthday of one of the all-time great listeners of this show. A member of the 4%, the great Leanie in North Carolina is up next. Hello, Leanie. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I can't laughing. Jersey Jet, that was great. Oh, my goodness.
I want an honorary hood card. How do I get one of those?
Talk about madness. The last part of the show was madness. Oh, my goodness. I I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Everyone was saying happy birthday to me.
How old are you, Leanie? 31, 32?
32. Yeah. So everyone was saying, and I was trying to say thank you in the chat, and then my Wi-Fi went, and then by the time I got, then I got a call I had to take, and by the time I got back, I just lost. So I just wanted to come on and say thank you, everybody, for reaching out and saying happy birthday. I really appreciate that.
You deserve it, Leanie. You're the best.
I would put in a plug, since my battle with Luppy is going to be Saturday, and since today's my birthday, and then St. Patrick's Day is my 24th wedding anniversary, I figured everyone could give me a belated birthday gift and an early anniversary gift.
Wow.
And vote for me on Saturday. That's all I got. Like I said, I can't be punching below the belt with Luppy.
Look who's here to say happy birthday.
I got one thing to say to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I called from work. I heard you on. I had to call. I had to say hello. I had to say happy birthday.
Luppy, you work? This is stunning. I love it.
Don't tell nobody. I work. Voice is going to be up in a minute now.
This is great.
Oh my gosh, Luppy, then you missed with Rob from Glenhead and Chiefs fan.
I've been listening. They
went at it.
Little payroll right now. So I have a little bit of time to listen. But as for the 17th, it's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, and it's my wedding anniversary.
Exactly.
No way.
I mean, we could have matched up better, right? Crazy.
That is crazy.
It'll be fun though, either way, Leanie.
Yes, it will. It's going to be fun. But, we won't have to get cut off because we won't be using the curse words.
Oh, yeah, no curse words at all.
Like Chiefs fan, I love you, but the C word, I don't like.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
the F word I use all the time.
It's literally
Jet fans, so that one doesn't bother me. But the C word,
I'll probably be calling in from here Saturday, too, because I got to work.
I love it. Well, good luck in the matchup to you two. And Leanie, happy birthday. You're the best. And I'm so glad that you were able to call
you
in
all.
today.
Thank you, Jake. This is the best. I love everybody. And just thank you.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Coming down to the wire, folks. One last call, then the polls will close. Zach, you get the last word on the first show today. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Jake? How you doing?
How are you, Zach?
I'm good. I'm very disappointed in Rob from Glenhead. You're not man enough to mess with Chiefs fan, man. You need to be exiled.
Well, we the people might take him out before Chiefs fan gets the chance.
We the people has my vote, man. Glenn's going down, man.
You think so?
Oh yeah, easily. But really, the message of the day is vote JJ, man. That's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all.
Is JJ paying you to simp for him?
No, he's not. Vote JJ, baby. Vote JJ. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach calling in. Folks, what a show it's been. Super chat from Beast Stained Bedsheets, my hero. I believe that was in reference to Dave Briga. What a show. Thank you to everyone who get to the membership. You have one last show this afternoon to get entered in the raffle, which will be tomorrow morning. Curtis Martin helmet, Darrell Rivas helmet, Don Maynard helmet, Joe Namath helmet, Kevin Mawai helmet. Hall of Fame theme raffle. For next week's raffle, I'm going to shift back to a combo of jerseys and helmets. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Before I close the poll, click the like button. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the poll is officially closed. Congratulations to the 1 seed in the Hood region, Cheats fan, on defeating Bijan 56-43, 621 votes, according to YouTube, were cast in the matchup. So it got a little dicey a little bit early on, but ultimately a win is a win, and Cheats fan advances to the round of 32. We will hear from Cheats Fan momentarily. But first, Mimosa is in the Asmaniac raffle at the buzzer with a 10 spot of channel memberships. Let's freaking go.
Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches.
Cody Decker, Alexander Aseri, Hyam S, Someone, M. Fritz, Iman, Game Master, Prison Mike, Matt Mason, Peter S, all receiving channel memberships at the buzzer from Mimosa checking in. First, we have a comment from the 16th seed, Bijan, who goes, "Oof, I tried. Congrats, Cheats Fan." Bijan, you fought hard, man. You put up a better fight against Cheats Fan than Chris G did against Gorman, and I thought Chris G had a great effort. So the 16 seeds are competing. Hennessy says 10 for 10 after today. Hennessy, you're one of the few people left with a perfect bracket then, if that's true. We only had 14, I believe, or 13 perfect brackets left in the pool. Ladies and gentlemen, for the actual final word after his victory, we say hello to Cheats Fan. Cheats Fan, congratulations.
Thank you. My bad for the C word, but I just watched We the People put me on the Les show, and they say that word a lot on the Les show. It's an Australian show. So I picked that up from an Australian show.
Okay. Yeah, please don't be dropping C words going
My
forward.
bad. I'm sorry. I try not to say the word, but I broke my New Year's resolution. I was not supposed to say the words.
How are you going to celebrate the win? Are you going to be rubbing your hands together extra hard?
I just got I'm just going to go out, grab myself. I know I shouldn't be doing it to celebrate the win. You know those little Nutty Buddy bars? I'm just going to have one of those celebrate.
Sure. Hey, give us one of these for old time's sake.
Chocolate and peanut butter are really good, but I can't. Reese's just hurt my teeth these days. They're too sweet. Thank you, Leanie, for forgiving me. I'm sorry. Weed's good people. Dude, if Weed kicks my ass, hell yeah, but I don't want to lose to Rob. But let's go vote for Weed. Let's make it a blowout. Weed, I hope to see you in the next round, and if you kick my ass, go all the way, man.
It's G-Fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's G-Fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's G-Fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for G-Fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cheats Fan. Leanie in North Carolina on her birthday is gifting a membership. She's in the raffle with this. Thank you very much to Leanie. Leanie's membership was gifted to listener Joe D. So congrats to Joe D on getting a membership at the buzzer. All right, I'm back in the 4 p.m. hour today. We'll talk more Jets, more reports on free agency, see if we can identify some targets for the Jets. That said, what we're all really tuning in for is the 8-9 matchup. We the People, Rob from Glenhead. Asmaniac Madness continues as we have day one of competition in the Hood region following the Cheats Fan win over Bijan to kick things off. My name is Jake Asman. Hit the like button and, more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hey, we're not done yet. LA just gifted a channel membership for the people. LA is in the raffle for one. Nate is the listener who just got the membership. Thank you very much, Nate. I appreciate you. On that note, thank you all for watching. We are back this afternoon. Happy birthday again to the great Leanie in North Carolina. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. It's going to be a fun one this afternoon. In honor of Cheats Fan's triumphant victory, let's give you a little blast from the past to close out today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheats Fan. Now, for those who are unaware, Cheats Fan broke the news to us that he's currently mowing lawns for a living.
I wasn't going to work retail. I worked at Walmart for part-time. I'm not going to be in there when some crazy-ass white person wants to set some shit on fire, and then the guy sets the guy on fire. I wonder why there's a fire truck at Walmart. I'm like, oh, that crazy fucker actually did it.
Bonesy writes in, Jake, I gave Bobby the rights to make decisions on Alden shoes. Maybe Bobby can interview Cheats Fan for me.
It's time for a Bobby job interview.
Are you into shoes at all?
I watched enough of Al Bundy to know about basic shoe stuff and
Let me measure your chest. I mean,
looked into shoe stuff, and my friends would always have the newest pair of Jordans while I was sitting there with $35 Dr. Scholl's not giving a damn what people said.
Look at me. Do you ever sell anything?
I would convince people like, oh, there's this new card product, go and buy it. Or like, I see you eyeing those plushies. One of their workers would always go open the fire door and light up a joint.
If you worked at Alden's, what would you say to a customer?
Do you need any art support? Would you like to purchase these shoes that are on sale? I wanted to be a Walmart greeter, but nowadays they give that to the elderly.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
Bobby. Clean the cars, but they asked them, oh, they would do it anyway.
Times when people would, there's times when people would be in the hood.
Chiefs fan, you got the job. Bonesy already wrote in. Chiefs fan, you're hired.
Perfect. But the thing is, as a 13-year-old, I was cleaning cars better than the people who work at the car cleaning places because.
Well, Bobby, excellent job. Thank you for your service.
No problem.
You go back to your lawn chair now, Bobby. What a show, folks. You won't find this anywhere else.